the poems I've written for this as a kind of collaboration with Freud, albeit one he didn't really have a say in. So the poems I'm going to read, they're all collages that have been put together out of lines taken from Freud's correspondence. So everything that I'm reading is actually written by Freud, but curated by me. So he ends up saying things he maybe didn't quite intend to say. I would love to be your dentist. In the morning, I lay there in the vilest pain and looked at myself in the mirror till I shuddered at the sight of my wild beard. My rage rose and rose until finally it boiled over. True, the tyrannical temperament that makes little girls afraid of me could not be subdued. You vain little worm, how do you like that threat? So this is how you neglect me, my beautiful diagnosis, my severe little princess. Comfort is the last thing I'm entitled to. Going for walks makes me melancholy. Do you believe in omens? Just you wait. When I come, you will soon get used to having a master again. Freud's War. I became a therapist against my will. A strange feeling of forlornness, a feeling I could not have stood. Painful isolation, quite steep and slanting. A beautiful forest which had the one drawback of seeming never to end. I've had to struggle so long. I've always been frank with you, haven't I? I wanted to explain the reason for my inaccessibility. I'm lying here on a short leash in this filthy hole. So far, I haven't been locked up. Several people point to gaps in my face where the little girl has been cut out. She screams and screams without any self-control, ravaged by the heat and the blood and thunder melodrama, neither describable nor bearable. I felt I had known her all my life. Freud's Loss. You climb a hill as high as the Leopoldsberg. The road is so narrow that only a light little carriage can go up it. The carriage can't hold more than 2 people, a mother and a child. There is a kind of holy Sunday stillness over everything. Huge mountains, some overgrown, some bare, in strange formation. You must imagine it like this, a 2.5-hour journey through the most desolate lagoons, a magnificent river, vaults, waterfalls, stalactites. Sorry that I have to write about such sad things. To mourn is of course permissible. On our way back it began to rain, but gently. The rest, you will know what I mean, is silence. Freud's Horses. Until nightfall, I was with the dead. We either had to go all the way back or stay down below. For none of us can life be made any safer. Horses break loose. Hailstones of a fantastic size beat against the windows. And we hadn't the courage. Everything comes to an end. Today's rain. I'm thinking of eating a pomegranate. And this is the last one, Freud's Beautiful Things. I have some sad news for you. I am but a symbol, a shadow cast on paper. If only you knew how things look within me at the moment. Trees covered in white blossom, the remains of my physical self. Do you really find my appearance so attractive? Darling, I've been telling an awful lot of lies lately. If only I knew what you were doing now, standing in the garden and gazing out into the deserted street. Not a mermaid, but a lovely human being. The whole thing reminds me of the man trying to rescue a bird cage from the burning house. I feel compelled to express myself poetically. I'm not normally a hunter of relics, but it was this childhood scene. My mother. All the while I kept thinking, her face has such a wild look, as though she had never existed. The fact is that I have not yet seen her in daylight. Distance must remain distance. A few proud buildings, your lovely photograph. I find this loss very hard to bear. The bells are ringing. I don't quite know why. What makes all autobiographies worthless is, after all, their mendacity. Yesterday and today have been bad days. This oceanic feeling, continuous inner monologues. I said, all the beautiful things I still have to say will have to remain unsaid, and the writing table flooded. Thanks for listening.